Okay, so I know when I'm investing in a new tool or product to help me, one of the big questions I often have is like, exactly what am I going to get? Exactly what does it look like? And so, what I want to do is show you actually behind the scenes exactly what you get with the Substack Irresistible Writing Agent. And I'm going to walk you through the 6 different tools and just give you a little flavor of how you actually might use them within your writing process, and really from how I use them. And so what you will get is 6 very customized prompts that you will just be able to add into ChatGPT. So you don't need any extra tech. They're just going to sit. You can see them here on the left of my dashboard here. So you've got all your usual writing, chat, etc., and they just sit there whenever you want to use them. And behind them they've got my writing system, and they're going to have your voice, and your all the stuff you send me is going to be kind of baked in, and all you're just going to have is 6 simple prompts that you can use. So let me show you how it actually works, or some thoughts about how you might use them. So I'm going to start with the Idea Alchemist, which is it's partly about generating ideas, but it's much more than that. It's about giving you specific angles for your content, because we know that if we want to get an audience and engage people, we need a particular angle that's going to really be quite sharp and focused. And so in here, you can drop anything. You can drop a quote or a single idea that you've got. You could put a whole Substack post, maybe your best performing post in there for new ideas, or a transcript of a call with a client. What I'm going to drop in is a Substack note that has done really well for me recently and gave me lots of new subscribers. And it's like, actually, I want to repurpose that into some new ideas. So all you do is drop it in. And what is going to happen here, you can see it's doing some thinking. And this is my ideal audience, and my writing style is all kind of baked in. So you're going to get different stuff, but because this is really for my writing, and I use this. This is like generally stuff that I use. And what's going to happen is it's going to give you a column with 3 different things. You're going to get the theme of the idea, the content angle on the left-hand side here. So invisible reps are the real work, because this is all about like consistency and nobody seeing your stuff. You're going to get some quotes that your ideal reader, your kind of core fan, what they literally might say. I keep posting, but nothing's happening. If this was working, I'd have proof by now. And you can actually you could drop that into a note, couldn't you? Or you could start content with that. And then what you're going to get is some post ideas, so long form content ideas for emails or for posts. And baked into this prompt is lots of different structures and formats. So these are kind of informal titles, as you were. So you just read that and it gives you a bit of an idea. And then what you could do is use one of them to write a Substack note or a post or whatever. Let me pick one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, because I just want to show you the next prompt, and I'm going to use one of this. So let's say I quite like that idea. What we can do now is move on to the next one, which is the Deep Structure Studio. So what this does is it crafts a kind of outline for a Substack post or any long form content, but it's not an ordinary outline, as you see. It's a very rich outline, which gives you all the angles and aspects that you need to write a post that really deep resonates with people. And in here, you can just stick a quote or an idea or a content angle or a thought or something that's performed well or something you've just read. You can like literally stick anything here, just raw ideas of any format. It's a good idea to take new ideas you've got or stuff that's performed well. So I'm just going to put in those couple of sentences from the content angle, The Alchemist. So that's not a lot really. I should probably give it more, but there's just 4 lines there. And what you're going to get is 5 post outlines that you'll see right down. But they're not just ordinary structures. What you'll see is these are really deep and rich. So this one is the silence before the signal, is the kind of draft idea. And what you're going to get is 3 key truths for the post. You're going to get 3 quotes that your reader might say, again, because they're good to like drop into your posts. You're going to get the promised journey of the reader that you're offering through the post. So this helps you resonate when you know where you're taking a reader from to. Then you've got your 3 kind of main points that you might want to make. And you've got some examples that you could drop in, so it's quite concrete and specific. And then it's going to tell you how your audience might, your core fan, this is your target reader, how they might object, like what they're thinking as they're reading this, because you want to like acknowledge their objections or speak to that. It's got the actual vision that you're offering here, which is helpful to know. And then you've got some very practical steps that you could do. So if you want to make this practical, or you want to give them 3 things they need to do as a result, or 1 thing, the steps there. And it's got a summary of the main idea, and then it's got a kind of one-liner punchline for the post as well. And so what you could do is you look through all five outlines and see which one that resonates. And then that gives you, these are just the ingredients you might use for a post. So you don't have to copy them all. There may be one of the truths you don't like, but it's kind of the ingredients you might use to craft a really compelling truth. And hopefully you see that's much stronger than just a standard outline of your points, etc. And hopefully just by reading it, it will trigger much deeper thought. And so one thing you could do is you could just start writing that, crafting an introduction, taking those points, etc., if you wanted to. And let's imagine you did that you drafted the outline, and let's imagine you've got a draft. Then I want to show you this prompt next, this tool, which is the Substack Post Transformer. It's probably my favorite one, really. And what you're supposed to do here is you put in a draft. So you've written your draft. And what it's going to do is it's going to transform that into a very compelling, irresistible Substack post by layering in all the different writing techniques that I use and I've learned over the years are what help you really make a post that resonates. And it will do that, and then you can just do the final edit. So the best thing is to have a post that you've drafted, and this is just going to enhance it. And then you do a quick check before you publish. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat a bit, and I don't really recommend you do this. Hang on a second. What I'm going to do is take one of the posts, take this one, right? Doesn't matter which one, because I just want to show you how it works. Post outline, and I've dropped that into the Substack post, and the Substack Post Transformer will draft a post for us. Now, I don't suggest you do this particularly because it's going to be a little bit generic, but it's going to give us the illustration that we need for this. So you'll see it thinking, it's going to turn it into a full post outline. And what you're going to do, basically you'll get that, and it will structure it, and it'll add in all the key features of what makes a Substack post really compelling. And then I suggest that you read through it and you edit it and you tweak any of the language you don't really like, or change any of the stories or whatever that you might want to do. Let me just copy and paste that. And then I'm just going to show you a couple of others. So you got the intro magnet here. Because the intros on Substack are particularly important, because people click on your post and they're not sure where they're going to read, you can create an intro there. So you could either put your draft intro in and improve it, or just put your Substack post in and it'll craft an intro for you. It's pretty obvious. And then, but the one I want to show you here is the headline hitmaker. Hang on a second. What I want to do is take that draft post that it's written. So normally what you do for the headline hitmaker, why have I not done that, is, well, I'm just going to have to copy paste this manually. Sorry, give me a second. So what you do for the headline hitmaker, really, you do this once you've written a post, and when you've finished, you're going to drop in your whole post. So there's my post in, and it's going to generate a whole series of headlines. Now, most of the headlines you're not going to want to use, all right? And the idea is you skim read it. It tells you there. You're not going to like them all, but use one. what I suggest is you skim read it until one jumps out at you. So you got 10 standard irresistible ones following the formats, and then there's 10 that are a bit more freestyle, a bit more kind of creative. And sometimes, to be honest, I'll take half of one and half another, but don't overthink it. Scan down and just see which one grabs your attention. And then often I'll use the second one that grabs my attention as the subtitle. Often these creative ones work really well for the subtitle. And if there's anything particular you want included in it, then you can just put an instruction there, include the number this or include the phrase this, and it'll rewrite them based upon that. And so that is most of them. What the other thing I want to show you, I'm just going to copy paste some text, is the Substack notes one. All right, so a lot of them too with posts, but the Substack note one here. So what I've done here is I've looked at my best performing notes, and notes are really how I've gained most of my subscribers on Substack. And you need to be publishing every day. I mean, I probably put 5 to 10 a day, which is quite hard to write yourself. So I've looked at the ones that have gained me the most subscribers, and I've analysed what the structure of them and what the format is of them, and I've put that into this prompt here. And it's got like 60 different templates, and then it bakes in your target audience, their pain points, and all that sort of stuff. And then all you do is you drop something in here and it'll create 5 notes using the same idea, but 5 different formats for you. So again, you can put copy and paste a section of a Substack post that you've written. You could just put a single idea in. You can, what I sometimes do is post notes of mine that have done well, my best performers. I'll post them in there and it'll give me a different option. But here I've just put a little section from our Substack post in. If you've got a post with 5 points, then you can put that 5 in, and you'll see here that we will get a whole bundle of notes here. And so normally there's 5 there that's separated. Normally you look through, and the ones you quite like, you keep, and the ones that you don't, you forget. Probably on average, 2 out of 3 out of the 5 are usable for me. Occasionally I mismatch. There might be the ending of one that I like and the beginning of another. But I'll tend to post one, and the other 2 might go into my own app for saving for later. And then what I find is I just have a whole bundle of pre-created notes, and whenever I'm free, I just go into Substack Notes and copy and paste one, because these are all just bundled together. So that is how it works. Obviously, these are for my audience and that, but behind each of these prompts will be my writing system. It will be your ideal reader, so their pain points and their dreams and what resonates with them. And then we'll also talk about your writing style, how you like to write, and we'll also make sure that will be included in it as well. So that's what you'd get if you sign up. And if you're interested, then please do that, or give me any questions, and I'm happy to help with you. But yeah, okay, get in touch with me if you need help, and hopefully we'll speak soon. Bye-bye.